is a little bit of cardio, a little bit of strength. I was thinking it'd be fun to do it for exactly 1 minute and exactly 30 seconds, and we'll try that in a second, but I don't want your whole workout today to be timed, because often I find we really need to focus on what we're doing. And if you're going by the clock, you might be going too fast, and that's where the injury can happen. So the intention right now, or the purpose, focus on breathing. Good, we're swinging those arms. And I'm also gonna make sure my arm doesn't cross my midline of my body. Do you ever see people walking down the street and they're like this? Think what's happening to your knees. They're torquing or twisting from one side to the next. I wanna make sure your left arm's on the left and your right arm's on the right. Okay, balance component. The last thing we need before we pick up those weights. Pick up one leg and pick up the other leg. Nice. Now this is nice and smooth, but we're gonna slow this down in just a second. So I need to tell you before you slow down, to think a little bit about your abdominals, your tummy muscles, everything pulled in, because that's gonna stabilize you. Second of all, think about your feet. Can you feel your big toe, your little toe, your heel touch the ground? And start to slow motion. You're in the mud. Doesn't matter if you're doing it at the same time as me, same time as Mandy, or at your own speed. We're gonna slow this down even more in a second. Right now, we're focusing on lifting. Breathing, good job. Okay, now pick one leg. Before it, just go on your tippy toes. Now, lift that leg up. Focus on something that's not moving. Be nice and tall. The instep of that standing foot is down. And my foot sort of underneath my knee, and put it back down. Okay, and again, ready, inhale. Think of getting taller. Pick up your other thigh. That foot is pressing down, you're balancing. Start to lose your balance, don't worry. Just reorganize yourself and lift up. Each side's gonna be different. Pressing down, you can see with me I'm a little bit wiggly on this side where I was more secure on the other side. Let's go repeat it one more time. Inhale, exhale. It's like you're sweeping your leg off the floor. Hold it, breathe. The leg you're standing on slightly bent, abdominals in. There's a lot of strength training happening right now in your stabilizing leg. And down, and again. Stabilize, think of being tall. Squeeze your rear end. Think of the instep being down, nice and tall. Breathing, 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 and relax. Okay, great. Okay, we're gonna squat to pick up our weights, and then come out of the squat using your muscles as you pick them up. So feet wide, squat down, grab the weights, and pick them back up. Okay, if you tend to get weight sets where they can unscrew, just double check them that everything feels secure. Okay, standing with your feet apart. We're gonna work a muscle on our shoulder that moves in many different directions. Okay, so we're just gonna lift them up. As you can see, the end of my weight is lifting. My knees are soft. I'm breathing. Good. Again. Good, here's your number 5, and 6, and 7, 8, and down. Roll your shoulders. Scale of 1 to 5, I'll be asking you that a lot. 1 is nothing, 5 is you can barely lift it. So we're looking for 3s today. When your perceived exertion, how much work is that? Because I don't want you to overload too quickly, I want you to be able to build. Scale of 1 to 5? It wasn't anything. So 8 reps. Few, Mandy, she didn't feel anything with 8 reps. So with 8 reps, now she knows when she goes back and does it again, she maybe could do 16. But let's add variety rather than too much of the same thing. Pretend you're hitchhiking out to the side, and we're gonna do lateral raises. They're not gonna go above our shoulders. Nice and easy. This muscle's lifting up. Now my abdominals are nice and pulled in. Rear end tight. Tighten up your muscles in your backside. Mandy, are your abs in?
They're in.
Good. Lifting up. Lifting up. Beautiful. And last one. And slowly down. Control all the time. Roll them out. So those are your deltoids, or your shoulder muscles, and we had them come in front, and we went to the side. Now we're gonna go in the back. So you don't need to bend over. Just lift those weights up and bring them back down. Lift them up and bring them back down. Your range of motion, or how far you can lift those arms up, might be different in each arm, as well as you might find it's not as easy as you thought. How often do you do this exercise? We're good at lifting up in front of us and to the side, maybe not to the back. Breathing, beautiful, and again. And then lastly, arms up here. We're gonna be pushing them up to the ceiling, but I wanna be able to see them out of my peripheral vision the entire time. That means out of the corner of my eye, I can still see my weights. So they're a little bit in front of me. If I look up, I can see them. I don't want them too far behind me. Breathing. Rest of your body's nice and strong. Nice. Pain-free. Okay, good. Excellent. And one more. And take it back down. Beautiful. Let's do a combination move. Biceps. Push it to the ceiling. Slowly down to your shoulders. And back down. Your biceps are in this upper part of your arm. So to bend your elbow is biceps. Your biceps also attach up in your shoulder, so they help with this movement, as well as the shoulders, and down. Bring it up, abs in, good, and down. Biceps, push, beautiful. So, Mandy telling you on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 is easy, 5 is really difficult, that the first exercise she did was a 1, by adding a combination of different movements with weights. Now the muscle is going to be worked pretty much in a more three-dimensional, healthier way, rather than just doing one exercise over and over and over again. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, nice. Beautiful. So let's combine all of them together. I'm just going to change your stance, how you're standing. So I want 1 foot forward and 1 foot back. It's comfortable. And you know what people do often, and I need you to check yourself out. Look down at your feet and make sure your feet are not behind each other. It's called being in tandem. Make sure your foot's to the side a little bit. With my studio floor, I always have people put their foot on one piece of wood and make sure the back foot's on a different piece of wood. So if you have tiles on your floor where you're working out, make sure your feet, one foot's on one tile and the other foot's on a different row of tiles. And that way you'll be more balanced. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing again, but I want you to feel nice and strong, okay? Let's go. So we're gonna go straight up in front. Thumbs up, 1, good. And 2, breathing, beautiful. 4, listen to your body. 5, good. 6, 7, yes, we're going to 8. 8, and straight away into the turnout. Lateral raise. 8, good. 7, 6, nice. 5, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Good, arms behind you. Lift them up. 8, 7, 6, breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bicep, military press, and down. Good. And 2. Beautiful. Abs in. And 3. Control. And 4. Nice. 5. Excellent. 6. And 7. And 8. Beautiful. Roll those shoulders. How'd that feel, Mandy? Great. It accumulates, doesn't it? It does. So did you get to a 3 on a scale of 1 to 5? So I don't know about you at home, but for sure, your shoulders got warm, it felt good. If any of those movements ever started to hurt, or on a scale of 1 to 5, meaning you don't feel anything and it's a 1, 5, you can barely lift it because it's heavy. If that weighted move gets to be too much, I need you to just stop or do this whole routine without weights. Okay, you can put a soup can in your hand. You can put a water bottle, small water bottle, big water bottle. If you drink the water, it gets lighter. So you decide what you're going to hold on to. But something holding on to in your hand is a tactile experience, and it makes you focus on your form a lot better. So it's nice to put something in your hand, even if it's a pencil. Something in your hand while you're doing the exercise. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to start using our lower body with the weights. But we need to add a cardio component. So just rest your weights here, Mandy, if that's are you comfortable there? Okay, my shoulders bug me a little bit, so I'm going to do it here. And we're just going to move. So we can move with the weights. This is called low impact movement. Just get our legs going. Think about your posture. And we're going to be doing some movement called a squat. And then we're going to go do side squats. So we actually step out to the side. And you'd be amazed your larger muscle groups are in your legs. Okay, so those quadriceps in the thighs, hamstrings and glutes in the back of your leg, they demand oxygen. So we start stepping to the side and squatting, your heart rate's going to go up a little bit, and you will have the weights in your hand as well. Okay, stabilize. And what we're going to do is we're just going to squat, keep that head up, and push. And squat, and push. Good. Squat, and push. Squeeze your rear end nice and tight. Press down with your heels. Nice and tight. Your instep is down. That's the inside of your foot. Keep going. Okay, we're going to do more than 8, but I need you, if you get tired, you can leave the weights on your shoulders, or you can just march on the spot. Good. Let's do 4 more from now. And 3. Good. And 2. And 1. And weights down. Beautiful. Take a step out to the side. Squat. Come back up. Bring your foot back in. Step out to the side. Squat. Come up. Bring your foot back in. Okay, you got that? Let's do it one more time. Step out to the side. Squat. Come up. Feet together. Breathing. Out. Sit. Come up. Beautiful. Here we go. Side, squat, up, together. Side, squat, up, together. Side, squat, up, together. Side, squat. You ready to add on? Together. Side, squat, up, together. Side, squat, up, together. Side, squat, up, together. Side, squat, up, together. One more each side. Side, squat, up, together. Good. Side, squat, and up, together. Marching on the spot. Whew. My heart rate got up a little bit, and that one's nice. It's nice to feel the blood moving and your body feels warm. You know you're doing something good for your heart. Okay, let's add that balance component with some arm movement. Okay, stabilize, abs in. Remember we did the knee lift. Just go revisit that for a minute. Lifting up, just get your balance. And you know what's helpful sometimes? Just do it at a nice little speed to start off with, then slow it down. Because this is now telling you, prepping your brain for what you're gonna be doing. Okay, good. And we're gonna keep the next one up. Good. So your left leg is up in the air, and I want you to balance. Now, can you do 8 bicep curls while you're balancing? 1, yeah, 2, beautiful, 3, whoa, 4, 5, abs in, 6, 7, and 8, and down. Shake those feet out. It's hard work. Okay, your right leg, lift it up. Get your balance. Think about being tall. That knee you're standing on is bent. Shoulders back. Nice strong wrists. Here we go. 8. It's 8. Good. 7. And 6. And 5. Listen to your body. 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Nice. A lot of energy when you do that. Okay, roll those shoulders out. Now, women especially often have trouble with the bottom part of their arm. They wake up one day and they think, why is my arm so wiggly? And I'd blame everything on your grandmother actually, but it's all genetic. But you can tone those muscles back there. So let's just do what we're gonna call tricep kickback. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna take your right foot and step out at a diagonal with your left foot, sorry, and step back a little bit. Good. Now, I'm gonna get my elbows back behind me, leaned forward, and I'm gonna extend them. And I'm not gonna worry about looking up or anything. I can turn sideways and talk to you, but I'm not gonna look up because I don't want my neck to get involved. So I'm just gonna do a lot of repetitions. If you notice, my elbows just stays in the same place. It's just straightening and bending. And I'm leaning forward, and you know why we lean forward? So we're against gravity with our weights. Now, I'm gonna modify and just do one arm, whether I have an injury in one arm or whether I need more stability. My back hurts sometimes. So Mandy's gonna continue with 2. And you see how I've modified? I have one hand on my thigh, and I'm just gonna focus on the back of my one arm. Good. Scale of 1 to 5, Mandy, how you feel?
3.
It's getting up there, isn't it? So I'm gonna have to, when I change, because I'm modifying, I'm gonna have to switch to the other arm in a second. And to do that, it's really easy. I just change my other leg, kick back, keep going. So I've got one arm going. She's got 2 arms going. Our abs are stabilizing. Beautiful. Okay. So Mandy, I want you to change legs. Good. And I'm gonna modify again. I'm gonna have my feet right together like a little squat. She keeps her lunge. Still working the back of those arms. Scale of 1 to 5, Mandy, where are you?
4.5.
Are you really? Isn't it amazing these silly little weights can have us, by working endurance, by doing it for longer, you're really doing a nice job toning those muscles, breaking them down a little bit, and they rebuild themselves stronger. Here come the sleeveless shirts. Get these triceps to the back of those arms in order. Let's go for 4 more. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Whoa. Let's roll those shoulders out. Nice. Now, with a weight, say, Mandy, why don't you get some water? Always hydrate yourself. And while you guys are getting water, let me just talk about your wrist. You want to make sure that when you're holding a weight, that wrist is in a neutral alignment. And by neutral alignment, as you can see with my watch here, if I wasn't in neutral alignment, my wrist would go forward or wrist would flop backwards. So you want to keep it nice and straight. If you're doing exercise with your wrist backwards all the time, you'll be straining muscles that do not need to be strained. So keeping that nice and solid. Your hand is an extension of the shoulder, elbow, and then your hand. So you want to keep everything really stiff. Okay, remember at the beginning we were doing a movement with our arms for the back of those shoulders. So this is for strengthening rotators, and it's really important that you're listening to your body. If any of this bothers you, just take a rest, march on the spot. So here we go. You ready? It's like swinging the doors open. Now, the weight in our hands wants to go down. We're having to hold it up using our biceps. So your biceps are doing some work at the moment. And we're gonna bring our feet right next to each other and your knees next to each other. Squeeze your rear end, your backside, your glutes really tight. And focus on your posture. And feel the back of those shoulders sort of squeezing together as you rotate out to the side. Beautiful. Scale of 1 to 5, get to a 3, and relax those arms. Excellent. Feet apart. Okay, now I'm going to go through a bigger range of motion. We're going to use our arm out to the side. Rest one hand down. Good. So we're stabilizing in a lunge. This hand is here. It's going to come out very slowly at an angle. I look at it. I can feel a stretch right in front of my chest here, and slowly back down. Good. And again, these are done super slow. Do I have to have weights? No. So for those of you who've been working out for a while and you're now adding weights, focus on all these other muscles you're using. You can go into a lunge a little bit more and take it out. Just think about movement, let it flow. Abs are in. And last one. Brilliant. So now bring yourself up. Let's just change your feet. All you have to do is turn your feet and you've got a lunge. See if you've got that lunge going on. The right arm comes down by your knee. Or wherever you can, you might even be here. But wherever you can with that back straight. Slowly open up. Good. Open up. And if you follow it with your eyes, your spine will work with you. Now, remember before I was talking about my shoulder? It's interesting because this movement, it can hurt me if I'm up there, but if I just lower my arm a little bit lower than Mandy's, I'm pain-free. So that is the way you want to go. Always pain-free, let your body move, and let your physical therapist work with you on those more specific injuries and all the muscles surrounding that injury. Good. And again. Let's do one more. Beautiful. Okay. We're so busy walking forward, doing bicycling forward, swimming forward. And we did a side squat, and that was great because it helped expand through your hips. So let's keep the weights up by your chest. Abs are in. And I want you to think of being really tall as you alternate legs. Think of being really tall. Okay, you're trying to avoid too much of tilting, too much of a tick-tock. Instead, the outer thigh. And your foot is going to be aiming right towards me. Side of your foot is the one pressing out. And are we going to have to balance? Yes. So get ready for that. Good. Now, pick your favorite side, put it out, and just hold it. Okay. Keep your body straight. Little lift. Now, if your arms are out to the side, which we'll do in a second, you might be more stable. I want you to experiment with the hard stuff first. Pull your abs in. Have your core. Feel this in your stomach. Feel this in your abs as you do the work. Good. And take a rest. Now, it also goes into your lower back. So move your hips around a little bit. Because when your abs get tired, your back takes over. Okay, stabilize. Here we go. Put your foot out to sort of balance. Bend that leg. Flex your foot, meaning lift your toes up. A little lift. Little lift. Nice. Be nice and tall. Breathing. Don't forget, it's so easy to be holding our breath all the time. Breathing. Abs in. Good. And down. Right in there. Okay, move those hips around a little bit. Sounds like a hula hoop. There you go. Okay, ready? Arms out to the side. If they're up here, that's a lot of work for those shoulders. So just out here. Here's your balance beam. Let's go back to that first leg. Balance, side of your foot. Here we go. Little lift. Little lift. These might be easier. They could be harder. 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8. Nice. Other side. And tiny lift. 2. Good. Be tall. 3, 4. Nice. 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and down. Bend those knees. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing in my back. We're just rolling our tailbone under and pushing our, it's limbering for your lower back and pelvis. Your lower back takes on so much of your daily work. You really need to make sure you limber it. And this is a static stretch. So tuck your tailbone under. You're holding it. There you go, and carefully up. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to take the weights and put them down. Please avoid, as I've already mentioned, any kind of twisting. Do you realize that's one of the major causes of lower back pain and injury is someone picking up a box like this. They turn, they pick up something heavy over here. Now I'm twisted. Then they come up this way. So always have your body aim in the direction that you're putting weights down. You're picking up a load, a weighted load. I want to put my weights over here. I'm going to turn both feet so I'm facing the area, and then I can stabilize to put them down. If I was to pick them up, let's pick them up one more time to show them. If we were going to pick them up, we would aim belly button to where your load is. So here we go. We squat down, pick them up, and then we can get in position. Does that make sense? I hope so, because you do want to protect your back. Okay. Let's just get a nice side stretch. Take one arm up. Beautiful. Lengthen. Okay, now keep that. You know the arm that's in the air and the foot that's on the ground? Press that foot into the ground a little bit more, and that sort of accents all that stretching. And if you've done the exercise in the chair, you'll notice we do the same thing in the chair exercise. A nice way to really lengthen out those muscle fibers, especially by your ribs, hip, and arm. Other side. And as you can see, Amanda and I are stabilizing. We're supporting ourselves. Because your back is something you need to take care of. And those muscles on either side of your vertebrae or your backbone, they may need some extra support as you're lengthening. Nice lengthen. I can feel it stretch while I'm doing this. It feels good. Now, imagine someone's pulling you up. Good. And loosen up to the side. Okay, beautiful. Before we go, I want to show you one thing. Turn, pick up your weights. Okay, now I'm going to keep track of time. So I'm going to put my weights back down. You keep your weights. Mandy, let's see what it feels like to really do 30 seconds. Because people always talk about these intervals. Interval means you do something, you take a rest, and then you do it again. Or it might be intensities, intervals of intensities. But it's always this talk about intervals. The bottom line is we know it works, but what does it really feel like? And I want to caution you, if you're ever going to get involved with a program that has 1 minute intervals, that's a long time, 1 minute. So if you have your weights, copy Mandy, and I'm going to give her the time. You're just going to do overhead press for 30 seconds. Okay, stabilize with the feet apart. Good job. Ready, go. Take your time. 1. It's not how many you can do. Slow and controlled. I want to make sure that she's got all her core nice and tight. Her feet are flat on the floor. The instep is pressing down, so I know her feet aren't rolling. Keep going. Keep going. Nice. Scale of 1 to 5. 2.5. 2.5. Keep going. So remember, 1 to 5. 1 is nothing, can't feel it. 5 is a lot. Good. And take a rest. Scale of 1 to 5.
3.
So it got you a 3. Good. It's comfortable. Did it seem like it took forever?
Yeah.
A little bit?
Not too bad.
Okay, so the not too bad is good. You wanted a little flavor of everything, and then accumulatively that builds up, rather than too much of one thing. Because she can always go back and do that. So let me show you how this works. This is fun. Okay, I'm going to change it every 15 seconds. So she'll end up doing 1 minute of exercise, but she's going to do something different every 15 seconds. Okay, ready? Bicep curls, go. So she's going to focus not on speed. Good. Now this is actually called a hammer curl because the end of the weight is up. No, it's fine. And if you turn your hands palm up, that's a different kind of bicep curl. Same muscle, just different angles. Excellent. Ready? And palms down, lift up in front. Go. Nice and slow. Stabilize. If you start to lose your balance, Mandy, I want you to change it so 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. There. This is going to give her more stability when she's doing the exercise. Keep going. And take a rest. Good. Lateral raise. Keep your feet. Good. Thumbs up. Excellent. Good. Now these deltoids have had to, biceps had to work. They worked in front. Is this starting to accumulate now?
Yes, now.
Scale of 1 to 5.
3.5.
3.5. Okay. Good. And we can always be a little sneaky about this. Are you ready? I'm moving a little bit for now. Military press. Go. Military press. And I'm going to actually get it right past a minute. I took advantage of the fact that she was working it and she needed to do a little bit more. Worked out fine. And take a rest.
Oh, yeah.
1 minute and 7 seconds. How did that feel? 4.9, she says. So once you're at a 5, that's when you're stopping anyhow. So once you turn carefully, put your weights down. So that's sort of fun. And the reality of having it timed like that, it's nice. The 15 seconds was fun, wasn't it? Yeah. Sometimes that 30 seconds in a minute can be too long. Okay, she's just finished working and the blood flow and the muscle working in here. So let's get the blood flow to go through, get some more oxygen in there because I don't want her to be sore. So pick one arm like we did at the beginning, get that arm circle going. Nice. And the other way. Remember, this is your fitness connection. You need to sit down and just sort of project what's going to happen for the rest of this year. Do you believe it's April already? We are in for big trouble. With summer's coming, we want to look good and feel great. Other arm. So let's get working on this. You know, swinging around, nice. And the other way. And good old Michael Phelps, the swimmer. Arms in front and back, get the blood going through. And let me ask you, what's most important that we do as soon as we finish this? What do you think the answer is? Drink water. So grab your water, have a sip, and I look forward to seeing you soon. This was your fitness connection.